Hey guys, 59 Perlen here. I was asked by some of you guys how I do my textures in my minimal tracks. And yeah, I want to do a little how-to or tutorial today. So let's dive in. I will show you how I do it. I got some stems by a friend of mine. His name is Atlas Castle. And we are working on a project together. And I gave him some of my track stems and he returned some of his track stems. And he's doing electronic music, but not my minimal house style. And I want to try to convert his track into something of mine, which is like minimal house, of course. And one of the stems is like this lead synth. And the synth sounds like this. So let's choose it first. It's like this here. That sounds pretty cool. And the synth is like a chord that's playing a little riff or something. So there are different notes in this chord. And I'm gonna try to convert this sound, which is already like a little texture to me, but the wrong speed of my track. My track will have a speed of 120 beats per minute. And I'm going to try to convert the sound into something granular. So I'm going to load this sound into track number 8. I deactivated all the others because I only want to work on this track in this little tutorial. And there's like a kick drum and that sounds like this. And that's everything. On track number 8, there's one note playing at the beginning, but we're going to change this soon. What I'm going to do first is to change the default length of these notes on track number 8 to the minimum amount of 0.125. That's like a super short note. And what we're going to do is we're going to trick each of the notes on this page. So I'm working on one page only for this tutorial. Usually my tracks are using all 4 pages. That's like 64 tricks. For this tutorial, I'm only working with 16 tricks, which is okay. And each trick plays this note again. At the moment, it sounds like this. You hear there's like a little swing playing. That's because I put the swing to 58%. But it's pretty boring. So we are going to use the LFO to modulate the starting point of the sample. And to do that, I'm going to click twice on the source waveform here, and then I see that the waveform of the sample, and I'm going to put the start marker in the middle of this, like here. We see that somewhere here the notes of the chords of the sample change, and this is what I don't want in my final progression. I only want some parts of the samples of this part here. So I put the marker in the middle of this, and I want to play this sample pretty short. So I'm gonna put the decay to 0, and I'm gonna put the whole time to very short amount. That sounds like this, or like this, a little more. And what I do then, it's like the destination of the LFO, I'm going to put to the sample start. I choose a very low speed, possibly only 0.3 or something. We have to figure that out. And the depth, I put around 12 here. But we have to check out how that works. So let's have a listen. There are subtle changes. Do you hear it? Oh well, I like the changes in the chord notes. That's okay, but I want the length shorter. Like this. Like this. That's already cool. Let's slow down the multiplier because it's a little long. It makes it like a little hectical. If I put it on 16, you see that the sample waveform start marker moves pretty fast through the waveform. This is what I don't want. I want it to move slowly. So maybe I only put it to 2. Yeah, that's cool. You hear there are very subtle changes. Maybe we have to do it a little more. Maybe a little faster. Yeah, now we see that this is cool. So now we see that this is moving, but not so fast. I increased the speed a little bit to something around 1, a little less than 1, and the depth, of course. And what I'm going to change is like the waveform. I'm going to change it to a sinus waveform. And now it goes back. Maybe I make the depth a little less. Yeah, that's cool. Cool, so this is basically my drone sound, but it sounds pretty, it still sounds a little harsh, or a little, to me it's a little bit too much trance or techno soundy. So first of all, I'm gonna lower down the filter a little bit. There we go. And maybe change the attack time a little more, a little higher. Okay, and what I do a lot is that I fill the gaps between the tricks with a reverb, and in this case I would higher up the decay time to, let's start with maybe 110. Let's set the filter, the low pass filter of the reverb not too high. Let's say like in the middle somewhere. Let's see how that sounds like. Yeah, that's cool. And what I like as well is to add a little decay as well. And for the decay, I switch on the ping pong effect. I widen it up to the maximum amount, and the feedback is like, yeah, let's start with 110. And I want the feedback high pass filter, yeah, somewhere around 70 or something. Let's see how that works. Let's send it to the decay. let's modify the decay time. So now basically I'm just messing around with some parameters to check out what matches good to the sound, and I think the decay high pass filter must be a little lower. Let's turn down the frequency of the filter. So now basically I figured out that this sound is really not what I was hoping for. This happens to me a lot, and this sound is, for my style of music, it's ways too hectical. So my tracks, if you follow me on my YouTube, these kind of tracks are like chilling and they have a flow of something. What happened here is that the sound is cool, I like it a lot, but it doesn't fit to my track style. And I want to change this. So what I'm going to do here, I just search for a different sample that I saved on my Digitakt. And I have some lo-fi samples somewhere here. There are some piano chords, like this one for instance, or maybe they like this one. Or this one. Let's take this one. This is sweet. And have a listen. Yeah, this is more like, it fades a little away. We can add a little more of the reverb. But this is here, the depth is a little too high of the LFO. Yeah, and let's change the start point of the sample. There we go. Yeah, this sounds good. And you see, because this is a one-shot sample, this is not like a loop. The one-shot sample gets, the gain of this sample gets higher and lower. And this is again how I get like a little movement into this sample, which is super cool. Just a little too loud for my interface. Yeah, this is something cool. Yeah, that's great. So this is cool. Let's add some more reverb. More. Also some delay. Yeah, that sounds already cool. Yeah, that's great. What I want to try this time is have a second track with the same sample. I prepared this already. And I'm going to do the same with this sample, but this is pitched a little different. So this is like the original sample is C3, and this sample is like B3. You hear that? It's a little pitched higher. But I'm going to do the same with this one. So I trigger each of the notes. Let's do the filter a little down here. Switch this track off, only this one on. And this is how it sounds like. It's not so cool. And we're going to do the same. So we're going to modify the sample, the sample start with an LFO. Let's choose the sinus curve and the speed of 2. And let's see what happens. I think we have to change the curve here as well. Yeah. This sounds interesting. It's like a little groove already. Let's try how that works with the other one. So that's cool. Let's add some reverb to the second track. And some decay. To a high frequency. Okay. Let's try something. Instead of the sample slot, I'm going to try to modify the frequency of the filter. So we get this effect that the filter opens up and closes over time. This is what I like. There comes a wave in, and that wave is super slowly coming over you. And there's still this very subtle piano playing in the background, which is on this track. It's super subtle, but you still hear those frequencies of the piano playing. Yeah, this is very good. Let's add some more reverb. Yeah, this sounds already good. What I still don't like is on this track is that the sound itself starts very a cutoff. It's like, you hear this one. And let's try to add some more attack time to the amplitude. Now we are getting somewhere closer to a pad sound or something. A little more decay time. Let's see how that works. It's still a little too much. Oh, this is cool. This is actually... Alright, so we got now a super cool coincidence, or well, like an accident. I just turned the play mode around, so this is now playing like a loop but reversed, and the sound got now a completely different yeah, a completely different style, and that sounds like this now. And this is what I'm looking for always, like something mystical, or yeah, something that sounds like this. It's like, yeah, that's super cool. It's like a little dark. And it's moving. This is important to me, that the track is moving. Combined with another track that's like track number 7, we have this. Let's LFO the sample length. This is like what I changed here. I like it when this changes subtly. I like that a lot. And I'm gonna modify this with the LFO. Yeah, this is great. Great. Let's add some more decay. And let's add some bit reduction to track number 7. Yeah, this will be a cool track. There we go. Let's add a very quick head. Make it short. Filter down. Yeah, this is great. And now let's see what happens with the LFOs opening up. Let's add a clap. So yeah, this is pretty cool, I think. What you could do is, sometimes I do that as well. So this pad sound or this texture sound uses now 2 of these tracks. Sometimes I combine them and I resample those 2 tracks. Sometimes I use even 3 or 4 tracks to generate a texture, and then I bounce them to a new sample. But I figured out, or this is my opinion, if you bounce a texture to a new waveform or wave file, you're gonna lose the movement. There will be movement in the samples, but the sample length is limited, and you hear that the movement of those 2 tracks is super long, and this makes it, at the end, the track gets interesting because of the movement that's going around with those 2 tracks. So I usually don't sample my LFO modulations down because of this reason. And yeah, there we got it. This is like a little starting point of a new track I might post next week. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, this is what that was my little texture tutorial. I hope you like it. If you can benefit from this, I would be happy if you give my video a like or leave your comment below. I'm gonna post something else soon. If you want to know anything from me, let me know. I'm gonna try to make a video from that. And yeah, I see you soon on my channel. See you.